9 Acebedo vs. Arquero. AMP 94-1054, March 11, 2003. Facts. By letter complaint dated June 1, 1994, Edwin A. Acebedo charged Eddie P. Arquero, process server of the Municipal Trial Court of Brooks Point, Palawan, for immorality. Complainant alleged that his wife, Desirada Acebedo, a former stenographer of the MTC Brooks Point, and respondent unlawfully and scandalously cohabited as husband and wife at Bancudo Pilot, Brooks Point, Palawan, as a result of which a girl, Desiree Mayrada Arquero, was born to the two on May 21, 1989. Attached to the letter complaint was the girl's baptismal certificate reflecting the names of respondent and Desirada as her parents. Also attached to the letter complainant was a copy of a marriage contract showing that complainant and Desirada contracted marriage on July 10, 1979. Respondent vehemently denied the charge of immorality, claiming that it is just a mere harassment and a product of complainant's hatred and extreme jealousy to his wife. Attached to the answer were the September 27, 1987 affidavit of desistance executed by complainant in favor of his wife with respect to an administrative complaint he had much earlier filed against her, and complainant's sworn statement dated September 13, 1994 acknowledging paternity of a child born out of wedlock, which documents, respondent claims, support his contention that the complaint filed against him is but a malicious scheme concocted by complainant to harass him. Respondent claimed that sometime in 1991, complainant likewise instituted a criminal complaint against him for adultery which was, however, dismissed after preliminary investigation. Finally, respondent claimed that complainant himself had been cohabiting with another woman. Issues. Guilty of immorality. Ruling. By resolution of February 6, 1995, this court referred the case to then Executive Judge Filomeno A. Vergara of the Regional Trial Court of Puerto Princesa, Palawan for investigation. Report and recommendation. Judge Vergara having retired during the pendency of the investigation, the case was referred to Executive Judge Nelia Y. Fernandez, who was, by resolution of August 16, 2000, directed by this court to 1. Verify the authenticity of the marriage certificate and baptismal certificate submitted by complainant. 2. Conduct an investigation as to the information contained in the said baptismal certificate and the circumstances under which it was issued, and such other verifiable matters relevant to the charge, and 3. Submit her report and recommendation thereon. In her investigation report of February 12, 2001, Judge Fernandez recommends that the complaint be dismissed for failure to adduce adequate evidence to show that respondent is guilty of the charge. The report focuses on the non-appearance of complainant and Desirada Acebedo. By resolution of April 25, 2001, this court referred the case to the Office of the Court Administrator, OCA, for evaluation, report, and recommendation. By memorandum of December 12, 2001, the OCA, disagreeing with the recommendation of the investigating judge that the case should be dismissed, recommends that respondent be held guilty of immorality and that he be suspended from office for a period of 1 year without pay. Respondent justified his pursuing a relationship with complainant's wife with the spouses having priorly entered into a settlement with respect to their marriage which was embodied in a kasunduan, the pertinent portions of which are reproduced hereunder. By respondent's own admission, however, he had an illicit relationship with complainant's wife. Respondent's justification fails. Being an employee of the judiciary, respondent ought to have known that the kasunduan had absolutely no force and effect on the validity of the marriage between complainant and his wife. Article 1 of the Family Code provides that marriage is an inviolable social institution whose nature, consequences, and incidents are governed by law and not subject to stipulation. It is an institution of public order or policy. governed by rules established by law which cannot be made inoperative by the stipulation of the parties. Respondent's act of having illicit relations with complainant's wife is, within the purview of Section 46(5) of Subtitle A, Title 1, Book 5 of Executive Order No. 292. Otherwise known as the Administrative Code of 1987, a disgraceful and immoral conduct. Under Rule 4, Section 52A, 15, of the Revised Uniform Rules on Administrative Cases in the Civil Service. An immoral conduct is classified as a grave offense which calls for a penalty of suspension for 6 months and 1 day to 1 year for the first offense, and dismissal is imposed for the second offense. Since the present charge of immorality against respondent constitutes his first offense, his suspension for 6 months and 1 day is in order. Wherefore, this court finds respondent Edwin P. Arquero, process server of the Municipal Trial Court of Brooks Point, Palawan, guilty of immorality, for which he is hereby suspended for 6 months and 1 day without pay, with a stern warning that commission of the same or similar acts shall be dealt with severely. Let a copy of this decision be filed in the personal record of respondent.